That's right. Good morning, everybody. Hey, you know, just recently we discovered that the governor of South Carolina was having an affair with a young lady down in Argentina, and it got us to thinking and asking questions. This is Dr. Beth Wilson. She has her undergrad from Wake Forest, her master's degree in psychology from James Madison University, and your doctorate from Indiana University in psychology. And in the interest of full disclosure, she also happens to be my wife. And yes, I know you're all asking, how did that happen? Desperation gets the best results. That's often what I have found, at least for me. So every week we're going to be discussing some of the things that we're arguing about at home, the things we're discussing, and we did start talking a lot about this. How do these men that are in such high levels of government and such powerful positions think that they can get away with these kind of things? You and I had started this discussion with Spitzer back in the day in New York. And you have some answers that make a lot of sense as to why these men think they can get away with this kind of thing.
Well, the first thing is, you know, the same things that lead someone to cheat on their spouse leads them to become a high-profile politician. They really have this God complex, a huge ego, and really need admiration. They surround themselves by people who look up to them, never question them.
Always telling them how great they are.
Exactly, and they don't question themselves. There's no room for self-doubt in these people's lives.
And so then, when they don't have enough of this, like Governor Sanford from South Carolina, they don't have enough of it, they have to go looking somewhere else?
Well, yeah, it's hard to excuse their behavior. One other idea is that there's this sense that they're untouchable. The same rules just don't apply to them that apply to mere mortals like us.
Okay, then let's talk about us. Okay. Just the normal everyday couple like you and I, just as normal and American as they can be, not in high power positions. No. Why do men cheat?
Well, most people think it's all about sex. It's all about intimacy, and while that
Nick and I argued with you that we do. We think it's all about sex.
It is very, very important, but underneath that is a sense of needing to feel appreciated. Men really are insecure. They walk around looking powerful. I cannot believe you just said that. I know, it's okay.
Thanks,
We'll talk about it later.
Okay. I'm good now.
But it's my job to stroke your ego.
Right.
To make you feel important, valued, appreciated. And when you don't, then you feel unappreciated. And unfortunately, this is not an excuse, but some men find appreciation from another woman, make them feel special.
Okay, so there's a lot of reasons men cheat, but one reason definitely that there's an emotional disconnect.
Absolutely.
Now, every day, every Monday, we're going to be asking you 3 questions. 3 questions we'd like for you to ask yourself at home. And if you don't like the answer to these questions, we're going to tell you what to do about it. But the first question you say is, are there extended periods of time between expressions of intimacy in your marriage? In other words, just put it bluntly, are you going a long time between having sex with your husband or wife?
We're not talking about having to have honeymoon sex, having sex every day, but every couple has sort of a baseline amount of sex that they need to have in order to stay connected.
Maintenance sex.
Maintenance sex is very important. And for a guy, it's very much about emotionally connecting. It makes them feel valued, appreciated.
See, we always think that it's women that emotionally connect. You're saying men do too.
Absolutely. For me, initiating sex, it's like getting flowers for a woman. It really makes them feel unique, makes them feel special.
So I can skip out on the flowers?
No.
Okay, still need to do the flowers.
And chocolate.
Dang it! Thought I was about to save some money. Number 2, is your spouse super secretive? You say especially when it comes to electronics, the phone, the computer, the email?
Yeah, I mean, we're a very techno-savvy society, and we communicate with people from high school and communicate with people all over the world. If your spouse is having password-protected emails, phone, not letting you look at their phone, that's a problem, that they're leading a secretive life and distancing you from the relationship.
Yeah, Facebook, MySpace have really led some people down some wrong roads. And one gentleman that works here, we won't tell who it is, but told you and I the other night that he started a Facebook page to build up his client base, but that he gave his password to his wife.
Very open about, honey, if you want to, here's the password. Wanted to be very open about the pictures that were on it. And that's a very healthy way of using technology.
Chances are she'll never look now because she knows she can.
But she feels secure. That makes her feel better.
Number 3, do your discussions typically, this is huge, typically include criticism, personal attacks, and or sarcasm. Fighting is normal.
Fighting is normal.
You and I do it all the time.
We argue, we disagree, but it's about how you disagree.
Okay, so, for example, Mike, you didn't take out the trash. That's healthy?
Mike, and it's also healthy to say, you know, when you don't take out the trash, I feel unappreciated. It hurts my feelings. It's not healthy to say, you insensitive, irresponsible jerk for not taking out the trash. That's
don't talk to me like my mom, basically, is what you're saying.
Exactly,
Okay.
exactly. And don't criticize, don't tear your partner down. Talk about the behavior and why that bothers you.
Dr. Beth Wilson, thank you so much. Great stuff for us to think about. If you don't like the answer to those 3 questions, you may want to seek some help. You can reach Dr. Wilson right there at Beaumont Psychological Services, 409-899-3244. All right, stick around, folks. It was a huge weekend for folks here in Southeast Texas who at least thought they could sing.